We need to up our game and shit. We need to do comedy butt naked, right?
Saying his goodbyes. He blew his eye socket off and his eyeball fell out.
White women keep kidnapping us. Y'all seen The Blind Side?
Aren't you glad we have that disclaimer at the beginning of the episode?
It's going to come in handy for this episode. This episode of the Voice Party Podcast is brought to you by Rich City Rides. Ride further, ride together. Get your ride on with Rich City Rides. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all around the world, it's time to watch the world famous Voice Party Podcast featuring yours truly, Black Joaquin. To my immediate left, we have JDR and Dia, comedian extraordinaire. Right in front of me, we've got Phil Spooner on the ones and twos.
What's happening, honkies?
To my immediate right, we have comedian extraordinaire, Corde Estelle. Welcome to the Voice Party, everybody. I can't unsee it now that you mentioned it. You got the Uncle Phil hair going on right now.
Hey, man, I'm stressed out. That's why I hate when I have it like a little long like this. I hate it. It's fucking annoying because I used to always hate when Uncle Phil never shaved and he just constantly had it. It is fucking terrible. Now you're zooming in.
Uncle Phil.
Yeah. No lie. I kept telling my sister because she used to do hair. I was like, yo, if you get to learn how to get the man weaves with like the fresh waves, I'm gonna buy it. And she was like, why would I do that? I was like, you know how many bald dudes would come and get fake like hair or some shit to like make it look nice and clean? I would definitely probably try to do it for like a Halloween costume and just keep it for like a long period of time. We were like,
it's November 15th, Corday.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, we gonna keep rocking this thing. We gonna keep rocking this fake weave because I got waves now, you know, and then I'm gonna just start brushing the back of it to make sure I get waves. So
you know what? You look like a TV dad right now.
Oh, really?
Look.
So I start auditioning for TV dads?
You look like you're about to tell your son you're very disappointed in it.
Hey, man, that is real. Like, that is real.
What's going on?
Oh, that's me with the headphones.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, I think it's me. Is it me? What's going on? You all right, Phil? You distracted?
Because there's somebody at the door.
Oh. Hang on. Talk, guys. Talk.
Okay.
So, yeah. How about them Niners versus Chiefs a few months back?
Oh man, it wasn't that bad. You know, like I'm a huge football fan. Like I was juiced that we was doing the podcast that weekend because I was going to have to make the choice again. Am I gonna miss the podcast episodes for the Super Bowl? Because I'm a huge Super Bowl. Well, no, I probably could have came here because my family didn't even do a Super Bowl party. I was hella disappointed. Flew back early so I could help prepare for the Super Bowl party, and they didn't even have one. And I was mad as hell. I'm like, yo, we always have a Super Bowl party. What's the difference this time? They say, oh, we're just going to go somewhere else and shit. So I had to watch the Super Bowl in my bed, not like enjoying it with like nachos, wings, all that kind of stuff. Because by the time I decided to go, it was like main time or super close to the Super Bowl. I'm like, line's gonna be backed up. Like, go to Wingstop, it's probably gonna be like a 2.5 hour wait. You go to Round Table, 2 hour wait. Any pizza spot, 2 hour wait. And so I was like, nah. And then I don't want a frozen pizza because that shit's not fresh.
Did you say we were recording that weekend?
We normally...
I thought we recorded on the weekend that the bowl wasn't going on.
No, we normally record the second weekend of every month.
Yes.
Well, actually, we record every week. We record every week, every Sunday. But, you know, when we normally record, it's usually like on a Sunday. So usually it falls on Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, okay.
And that's like the one Sunday that I'm like, I'm not going to be available this week. Because every time we record during the football season, I'm missing out on the football games.
That's right.
And it's like super painful. So I record all the highlight shows. I probably watch 3 to 4 highlight shows. And then sometimes because I do a sports podcast as well, it's a way for me to keep up and kind of give my take on kind of stuff. And if this game was close or if this team is underachieving and what's going on with this team, especially because my Eagles, was 10-1 at one point, and then we just hit a nosedive. Everybody says the Niners exposed us, gave us the blueprint for everybody. When I'm like, no, we was just pulling out a lot of close games. We played seven playoff teams in a row, and then we played the Niners, and then injuries started to mount up, and then we wasn't winning after that, and there was a lot of turmoil going on.
But next year, there's always next year.
There's always next year. I mean, shoot, I always say that for the Niners because they be like, what's bang Niner gang.
Don't throw the Niners under this. They made it all the way to the
lost
to the World Series.
Lost. Pew pew. They lost again. Bang Niner gang. Now it's pew pew Niner gang. Hell yeah.
Now I'll be honest. I was rooting for. Grew up in a Niners household, so of course I was rooting for the Niners. I usually root West Coast. I would have been fine if the Detroit Lions had gone on and won because it's such a Cinderella story.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, they come from the very bottom of the rankings, years and years of not winning anything.
Eminem.
You're right.
Mom spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti. So, but like when the Niners won, I was like, okay, I'm fine with this too. Let's see how you could. I think the biggest mistake they made during that big game was not
bidding for Taylor Swift. I'm sorry.
Was not running the ball.
Yeah.
They kept kicking. They did the same thing they did with the Lions, and they kicked the field. And I'm like, come on, y'all. Just run that ball. You're going to get more points with a touchdown than you ever can with a kick.
At one point during the game, they had called 11 passes in one run when literally running the ball had got them there. And Kyle Shanahan is known for running the ball, but that's something that happens a lot of times. He gets away from the things that is working good for him because a lot of times sometimes offensive gurus always try to make it about themselves or try to want to make it where this quarterback is the reason why we got there instead of winning the game. And that's what plagued him in the Super Bowl of last and the Super Bowl with the Falcons. He stopped running the ball. His defense was on the field a ton. And when you have a lead, you have to nurse the lead by running the football because you're chewing up clock. You're giving the opponent less opportunities to make up, and then eventually they run out of time and they can't catch up. Because if you killing the clock, if you each drive is 7 minutes, you're only gonna have so much time. So that means you put more pressure on the offense, and that's when turnovers happens because you start forcing stuff instead of letting stuff just magically happening and matriculate down the field.
Well said. Well said.
Other than that, how's everything been for you?
Everything's been good, man. I've been traveling a bunch, man. I mean,
I see that, bro. You're busy, man. You're one of the busiest guys I know.
Hey, man, I'm happy to be busy, man. It is dope. It's a dope feeling, man. Hopefully this continues throughout the year. I've gotten a lot of opportunities these last few months as well. January, I hosted for Marcelo Hernandez. February, SNL. Super funny dude, too. He's only like 24, 25, dude, and he has like the experience on stage as a veteran. Like you would think he was doing comedy 20 years. That's how poised he is on stage and how funny he is. Then February, reason why I missed a bunch of episodes because I was traveling back from Seattle.
Every week I was traveling. Every week that I was traveling a bunch. So I was traveling back from Seattle. I was traveling back from Oregon. I was traveling back from LA. So yeah, I was busy those weeks. And then recently, I hosted a whole weekend with Donnell Rollins. Amazing dude. His team is dope as fuck, funny as hell, and he addressed the Corey Holcomb situation where Corey Holcomb called him mid, and he was like, I ain't mid, I'm a beast, I'm killing. And like you said, or other people said, like, because I agree with this too, sometimes Donnell will open for Dave, and sometimes people outshine him. I've heard of that. I've never seen that, but I've heard of that.
When I went to see Chappelle in Vegas when Dave brought a bunch of people, I was late to the show, but then I eventually saw Donnell. He did like a 15-minute before Dave went up. Some of the funniest shit I had seen. This motherfucker is like funny as shit. So to see Corey Holcomb go up there and say he's mid, like, bro, you lying. Because the funny thing about it, they was at the Laugh Factory in L.A., and it was like the midnight show, and Donnell had just went up. And then Corey went up and said, he was saying he's mid. And then he was like, ain't he mid, y'all? He asked the crowd. Nobody said nothing. And then Corey was like, okay, I'm wrong. He was like, yeah, see, this fool ain't mid. He be killing. He was like, I'm a beast. And those 4 shows at the at the San Jose Improv, he was killing it. Funny as shit, doing a bunch. Like, his closer is like 15 minutes. And to see it go from like how much more time I got, and to hear him start his closer, like, oh, I got 15 minutes, because I remember I had the P. Elabad one time, and he had started his closer. I was like, oh, I got 15 minutes. I was like, I'd even go shit if I needed to. But yeah, Donnell's funny as shit. His people is hella cool too. Shout out to Adrian Washington. That's his feature. That's how I ended up getting on the show, because I made cool friends with him. And then by the time this come out, Donnell Rollins will be
coming up on. He should be in Sacramento. I'll probably try to go up there, hang out with him again, maybe get on a guest spot or something.
Nice, man. That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff to unpack right there. Hold the thought right there real quick. We have someone back that we haven't seen in a long time today.
Okay. What we got?
Black Joaquin, you've been gone for a long time. People ask if you're still part of the Voice Party. What's going on with Black Joaquin? Why isn't he on the Voice Party? Well, I just want to thank you for listeners who've been asking about me. It's been 2 people. But go for
Okay,
it. I'm just kidding.
Walked right into that one.
I'm kidding.
No, I mean, I've been posting every week.
It's been 3 months since you've been gone.
The 3 months I've been posting every week. The show, I mean, I always do that. If I can't get it Monday, I get it Tuesday. If I can't get it Tuesday, I get it Wednesday. And, to help promote the show. I'm still on the team, definitely. What happened was when you guys recorded in November, you did two days in a row. For those people that don't know, I mean we've said this on air before.
You're breaking kayfabe right now, dog.
Don't Deadpool it.
Okay, so I'll just say I was deadly sick for 2 months then.
Yeah, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm not good, but that's a good excuse.
I called you up like the day before we recorded our first rounds, and I was like, man, I'm sick as a dog. I can't talk without coughing. That was the big thing, because I'm showing up to Voice Party sick, popping Pepto-Bismol pills and what have you, like
sleeping on the job,
But because I was so determined to be present and do the best I can with everything, because I feel like the presence is more important than not being there. And then I would peter out near the last episode, but this time it was different because
if you're sick, stay home.
Yeah, for sure.
The only 2 people who can't stay home ever is me and Phil.
I don't think that's very fair, but you know what I mean?
No, it is, right, Phil? We're lifers, baby.
I mean, hustlers gonna hustle. We'll sleep when we're dead.
I mean, like,
I'm just kidding, by the way.
But here's the thing: I'm a founding father of this podcast.
You are.
Too. Like the 3 of us together.
You are.
Oh, the other guy is no longer here.
Don't let's not speak of the dead.
Fine. But so my point I'm making is I'm just as invested as y'all are, and like
No, I feel it. I'm fucking with you. We're fucking with you. Yeah.
So
we wouldn't let Corde get away with that. You can get away with that.
Absolutely not.
You're what's it called?
Absolutely
you got what's it called when you
skin in the game?
No. Well, that too, but what is it? You're tenured. You're tenured in the Voice Party.
Yeah.
I see you got a little mad. I was just fucking with you, bro.
Yeah. And it's hard to get tenure.
I mean, just for the listeners, they probably
I want to announce it right now. Corde's got tenure now too.
For sure. Welcome,
appreciate
Corde.
it.
Welcome to the board of
your board of directors meeting right now.
Shit. All right.
But
Get rid of Phil's MAGA hat. Now that I'm on the board.
It's not even on his head right now.
Because I threw it.
That's okay. I think we can mute Corde.
You cannot silence the proletariat.
That's one guy you can't silence with the mic being off.
gosh.
I don't think he needs a mic at the fucking improv. Like this fucker's got pipes bigger than Mario.
Yeah, no, definitely. I've definitely been yelling on shows where
Yeah, those are some powerful lungs, dude. That's a nuclear reactor. This fucker.
Appreciate it.
But
that's not a compliment, Corde.
It's all right.
I'm kidding.
It's all right. I'm gonna take it.
But one thing I'll say is I don't think I've ever been on the podcast where I was coughing a lot.
Yeah.
Usually it's like there's something else going on.
Yeah.
And the whole thing, it's most of it's audio. Like who's gonna want to hear me going for like 4 or 5 episodes,
You're still giving me excuses. I already forgave you, bro.
I know.
I'm kidding. I'm messing with you. I like fucking with you. You're really easy to fuck with. I'm sorry.
Let him get his explanation out.
All right,
man.
go ahead. Give me your explanation. Excuses. What? Did you have rehab? That's a better excuse when Marcos had. No,
and it's crazy. That cold sat with me for like 2 weeks.
Who did?
The cold sat with me for 2 weeks. It was nuts. But longer. It overstayed its welcome for sure. And then like the next time you guys got together to record, I had a production meeting, and then I
interesting. Something more important than the Voice Party that came along and needed your attention.
So here's the deal.
That is very interesting.
Originally, we were meeting every Wednesday at like 6:30, 7 o'clock. And one of the producers is like, look, I have a long work day. I'm sleepy. I'm petering out. Can we meet on weekends? I said I can do most Saturdays or most Sundays, except for, and I said the second Sunday of the month, and you know why. And then
tell them why.
The last week, well, because it's when
I'm just kidding.
you know, and then and the last weekend of the month. So we'll just swap, things around. And then they were like, well, then they settle on 6 o'clock every Sunday. And I'm like, you didn't hear what I said, but okay, fine. But the thing is, I'm working on, for the listeners, I'm working on a film.
Oh.
Yeah. I got hired to be a director.
Before you do your plug, apologize to the listeners that you've been gone for this time.
I'm sorry for being gone so long. In particular, I apologize for the last round of recordings.
Yeah.
Because that was definitely a choice.
That was a personal move. That was not health related.
Right. That was not health.
Apologize for that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Tell us about your film.
All right.
I'm excited to learn more about this.
I'll tell you. I'll give you the details I can't say. It is about a prominent African American Bay Area figure from the starting in the 60s.
Kamala Harris.
Going into the 90s. Right.
Shut up, let him talk, let him
Close,
cook.
but no cigar. I'm not going to say the name. And we're doing a proof of concept film, a short film with the idea to raise money for a bigger film. Right. So this short film is it's wacky, it's zany, it's got comedy in it. Most of the casting's been done. We have a couple of for the short film. For the larger film, not so much. We just have a few key roles to fill out, and we've done a lot of recruitment with staff. This is going to be the largest thing I've ever done. We have an art director on board. We have a director of photography on board. We have Phil on board to do behind the scenes.
Wow.
Shooting.
Is there something for me to do?
Well, not for the short, but we want you to play Arturo for the longer film.
Arturo Raygoza.
Yeah. So people listening in are essentially just getting pieces and bits, and the probably smart folks out there figure it out. But we reached out to the high school where this scene happens in.
Oh.
The original, 1968.
Here in the Bay Area.
Here in the Bay Area, San Francisco specifically. And we've gotten a yes from one of the assistant principals,
Which is a big deal.
Which is a big deal, but we still have to go through San Francisco, the school district. So what we did is we reached out to the San Francisco Film Institute, and they have taken the lead in contacting the district for us. Now, that started around near the holidays. Now that the holidays are simmered, people are back in their offices, we're going to get
Finally
a prompt
replying
response,
to messages,
right? Yeah. So we've got a couple of locations in that school. One for kind of a daydreamy sort of a sequence, and the other for the reality of what's actually going down.
This is a big deal.
This is a big.
This is not just friends with cameras.
Right. No. We've interviewed.
You got meetings. When you do meetings, it's serious shit.
Right. And each of our meetings so far is either reporting on the progress we've made, or we're meeting a new person to bring onto the team. We interviewed a couple of people for wardrobe. The thing that really impressed me was we asked her how she would style the Black Panthers, and we were debating over whether or not we needed wardrobe. We just figured, like
black jackets.
The writer of this picture was like, let's just ask everybody to dress in leather and show up. And then the person was like, no, I learned something new. Mm-hmm. The Black Panthers had patches that were different depending on where they were from.
Oh,
right? So
okay.
she was like, I would do research on that and make sure that each cast member that's filling this out is going to have a unique designated patch to help them stand out. And I was like, can we hire you yesterday? You know what I mean?
What was the distinction with patches, if you don't mind?
She didn't go into the details, right? But she said she had been doing some research because she had reviewed our script and she was very excited about it. And the key word for me with dealing with potential collaborators for this is research, because yes, it's a fictionalized version of a real life event,
right?
But it's the small details that you get right are going to be appreciated as much as the more inventive things, right?
That's true.
So, I've met with, I personally met with our new art director, and if you're wondering what an art director does, this guy, his name's Hugo, super diverse. He's an excellent assistant camera. He's done. He's been a prop. I believe they call him prop master for multiple films. He's also done art direction for multiple films. And when it comes to, he's also going to be on helping us manage our props. So it's like like everything from like a gavel, right, to the ruler that's going to be used, to like the various furnishings and things like that. He's going to be in charge of all of that. He's going to be in charge of set design. And I'm sorry I'm putting you to sleep, Corde. My bad.
Sorry, man.
It's all good.
Sorry.
It's all good. My 6-year-old nephew once said that he thought the discussing filmmaking was incredibly boring. So that's fine.
He was
that's
right.
That's what I've been up to.
How does it feel, Joaquin?
I was just imitating, I look up to you, Joaquin, in a very cool way. So I was just imitating what sometimes you do on the podcast. That's why I was just making fun of you. Nah, but it's cool. Nah, because working on a movie is definitely dope.
Oh, yeah, elaborate. Elaborate.
So what? Sometimes
I'm calling him out now for it.
So sometimes you make sure you have to do a lot of like background research. Okay, right? You gotta like get the scene of like the photography. What did they call it? I think it's some premium photography or something like that.
Cinematography.
It's a bunch of nothing being said right now, Corde.
No, that's what they do. It's like we have to find the location, and then we start like early shots of photography or something like that. I forget the
early shots of photography.
Yeah, I mean, because that's not the
principal photography.
Principal photography and stuff like that.
Right.
That's what I meant. So that's
have you guys started doing that or not? You're
we have not started principal photography.
Okay. Because this is a 60s piece.
Yes.
That's hard to do.
Yeah, we have to get we have to get like all the costuming right.
I already suggested to you a long time ago, you need Brian Hicks playing the Black Panther, otherwise your film won't succeed.
Yes. No, that's a very good.
Fair.
That's like the most.
Yeah.
You need that with some
But could he be in the film though?
Oh, because of all the touring he's doing?
No, not. I mean, like, cause age-wise, because like Black Panthers, like, were younger,
That's true.
mid,
he could pass. He could pass.
A little bit of makeup.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Cut his hair. Yeah, I can see it.
He could pass.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Rob for sure. Rob, we just had on the podcast.
Oh yeah, Rob could definitely fucking do it. He could definitely.
Sorry, I don't mean to but I am working with you on casting some of this shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've had excellent recommendations.
Yeah, man. I got a lot of.
You know what I really need right now?
Yeah.
It's a Kathleen Cleaver.
I don't know who that is, but I'm pretty sure I know someone that looks like her and they can act.
Okay, for sure.
You can beat anyone into a great actor, bro.
No, I believe.
Not like literally beat, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, we really. I mean, we have a wonderful actress that have tried out for the part, but the thing is, age. She's a little older. Like, Kathleen Cleaver was young in 1968, and the lady.
But sometimes it doesn't matter, as long as you got the right kind of. Because like we had on a guy last month talk about the movie Love Ceci that we've talked about, and I guess the girl they had on was a little older than the real character, but she played the part right. I think sometimes if you get like
no, you're right, no, you're absolutely right. But the age gap is she teaches a college class.
It's a big difference.
Yeah. And Kathleen was like maybe in her 20s during this point. So
yeah, that was always the argument. It's kind of like how if you see the old Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, they're all like in their late 30s, supposed to be playing. I mean, late 20s,
teenagers,
supposed to be playing teenagers. And I'm like, you can kind of get away with that because most movies do that. But then if someone's like in their late 30s, early 40s, kind of a thing,
it's not going to work.
It's kind of hard to be like, oh, this person is 20 years old or 22 or 23, and so you'd be like, nah, especially because black don't crack. So it'd be like, well, if he's supposed to be playing a 20-year-old, he's probably 40, but he's probably actually like 67. Because black people don't age. So yeah.
But what we have discussed doing is keeping her on because she's done her homework on Kathleen's mannerisms, and to coach whatever actress we find.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Right, and that's what the compromise we came up with because we'd hate to lose her. She's got.
If you got someone that's got like a good. I think keep him, I don't know. But then again, I don't, So Phil's going to be doing what again?
Behind the scenes. He's going to be shooting behind the scenes.
Shooting behind the scenes.
Have you guys seen Madam Web?
What is that?
My goddaughter saw it.
Oh. Goddaughter saw it.
And I'm familiar enough.
Yeah, let's talk about new movies you guys have watched, because that's one of the things that people like that we discuss our little film reviews after a while, not talking about, Madam Web, what is that?
Madam Web is it's kind of like it's a woman who's blind and is like confined to like some kind of dope chair and stuff like that. She can see the future and things like that before it happens. She like helps direct and guide Spider-Man throughout his journey and stuff like that. Of when things are start coming, being more. I guess like in the same sense of like a Doctor Strange, but like this like the multiverse of things, like possibilities to things that can happen like in his future. That's what it is. They gave her origins movie, but then also incorporated a lot of like a Spider Woman, black. It was like a bunch of different stuff like that, and the movie was terrible. That's all I'm gonna say. The movie was terrible. I was talking to Phil.
I didn't even hear about this.
I did. I was talking to Phil. He said, "You saw Morbius?" I was like, "Yeah, I saw Morbius." Morbius actually had a few good scenes. They actually could have, if it would have made sense, it would have been good. Like the scene when he becomes a vampire and then like the bats are coming. That was a dope scene. That I'm like, if it was just in a proper movie, this would have been a great scene. But that movie was trash.
I definitely think that the actors they chose to play Morbius and his opposing villain, they're excellent actors.
Exactly.
Like Matt Smith is great.
Who's in Morbius? Jared Leto.
I think Jared Leto works well for these sort of darker characters. But the script was just so weak.
Wasn't Craven coming out too?
Yes, Craven's coming out too.
Is that going to be good?
No,
probably not.
Yeah. Here's the issue. Like, they're not. It seems to me that they're not bothering to hire people who actually want to write anything.
I'm kind of. I'd be honest. I kind of give up on superhero movies. It's all the same shit.
Yeah, I know to you it is, but to fans like us, it's like, no, the Sony movies are trash for a reason.
Yeah.
Marvel still, like the MCU stuff, still pulls in money for a reason. That's because they're bothering to write things like plot and character development.
I did like the new Guardians. I'll say that.
Oh yeah,
Guardians
that was great.
I laughed, I cried, I laughed until I cried.
I want to hold a fucking raccoon to this day. After watching that movie.
Good, right?
So the funny thing about that is too, because Marvel's Phase 5, a lot of people has been saying it's been trash. Like the movie The Marvels wasn't that good because it was affected by the writer strike and the actor strike. So I felt like it was edited down to I think like an hour and 47 minutes. Also seemed like they teamed them up too fast where it wasn't enough background on how Monica Rambeau knows how to use her powers at this point. Mrs. Marvel, we understood, but so Sony is really only making these movies because they have the property rights to Spider-Man.
Those characters.
Yeah,
and they want to squeeze as much money out. They're like, well, Marvel's hot right now. Let's just keep throwing the Marvel logo and slap it on whatever.
Right. So,
and it's lazy. That's right, Sony. You're lazy.
So it's that, but then also if they don't make Spider-Man-esque movies, they lose the rights to Spider-Man. So I feel like that's why they keep throwing out stuff.
Absolutely.
Also, the people who wrote Madam Web was one of the writers of Morbius. So Morbius was seen as a bad movie. So
quick question.
Makes so much.
I don't know if you guys know this, but so does that mean Sony is now going to be doing what's his name?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland movies?
No.
Okay.
So Marvel and Sony struck a deal a while back to where now it was going to be a partner situation because the Amazing Spider-Man that was starring Andrew Garfield didn't do well, or Amazing Spider-Man 2 didn't do as well as they wanted to. They wanted to create like a whole new Spider-Man universe, and there was this Sony leak that went out. Like there was going to be like a Aunt May movie, there was going to be like a Spider-Gwen and all this kind of stuff. Things that basically ended up happening to like a certain essence with the Into the Spider-Verse movies. Like those were all kind of wrapped up in one, and those movies are amazing. Sony's doing great with that because it seems like when it's not live action, things are more hands off. We let the director and like the writers like do it, and then they
so
come
that
up with
Spider-Verse is not Marvel.
No, it's not Marvel.
Sony.
No, that's Sony. That's Sony only.
Legally, but they're still using Marvel
because those have been great. I always say that.
Yeah.
The animated.
The animated
shit's been great.
But that's because they're allowing the writers to be awesome.
And they're hiring the directors.
And they hired good people.
Yeah, they're hiring good directors. They're not interfering with it. And then the directors are hiring great script writers who know how to do the craft.
They actually like the comic books.
I actually like the comic books
because it feels like comic movies more than the actual live. Nothing against it, but those comic animated films have been great.
Yeah.
it's less input. It's less people hiring this actor. Or this person looks good on film, and it's less people want to be like responsible because I think immediately when they think live action, like this movie can possibly make $1 billion. When Avengers made that, every other studio wants to do the same thing, but it takes a lot to get up to that point.
And you know what I think makes the difference between the MCU movies and the other universes out there? Is that they have a Kevin Feige. They have somebody who grew up as a fan, but also worked his way up in the film industry. So he knows how films work, but he also knows how comic book storytelling works, and he loves the character.
A sophisticated film comic book nerd.
Right. So then he goes and hires these really competent directors from the indie scene mostly and goes, you know how to make people cry.
Yeah.
Here, do Black Panther. Here, do XYZ.
Exactly.
And then they have a separate team that comes in to do the action parts, so that you're not sticking someone like Chloe Zhao or whatever, who's mostly good with like heavy emotions and big sweeping pieces with the action, because that's not her forte. So you have a separate team come in and, all right, we know how to shoot the punching. You know, and that's what makes it so good. And everyone else is just kind of like, well, just throw it at the wall, see what sticks. Whatever works, and it doesn't work.
Like people will go out to see this because it's this, or it's associated with Marvel and stuff like that. And that's why you get Madam Web.
Speaking of new films, I just watched. I didn't get to see it in theaters, but I just watched Napoleon. Last weekend.
That was good.
I was sick for like 2 weeks. I'm still kind of like getting over it, but so I caught up on a lot of YouTube videos, watched some old movies, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. I splurged and I rented Napoleon. Amazing. Did you watch it?
You know what? I'm always going to watch a Ridley Scott joint when I can.
Amazing.
Yes, amazing. It's to me, it's a return to form, because I saw his last two movies. What was it?
Who was his last two movies?
The Duel and the last Duel, I think it was called.
And King Arthur.
And
King Arthur.
Well, The Duel was good, right? Wasn't that the one about with
that was Adam Driver.
Adam Driver. I liked that one.
Yeah, that was cool. And then like he also did the House of Gucci.
Oh, that was him?
And if I that was him, if I recall. And that was like that accent that Lady Gaga puts on is
she's a great actress.
Italian accent I've ever heard. Like he let those actors run around with the most It's a Me Mario parody accents on the plane. Even the Mario movie didn't do that ridiculous stereotypical shit. You know, they gave like I was just like, what the fuck?
He's got Gladiator 2 coming out next year.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous.
You heard about that?
Yeah, no.
I love the first Gladiator film.
It's based on the kid that was in the first film.
Didn't
he grows up to be the Caesar or whatever.
Oh, okay, cool.
I don't know if you guys know about that.
No.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I haven't seen Gladiator from start to finish, and I've only seen coming and ending. I know it's one of the main things.
It's one of the best movies of all time. And I say that like wholeheartedly. Like, I can attest. That's one of the best. That's why I watched Napoleon, because I read that originally Napoleon was going to be one of Kubrick's films. He wanted to film Napoleon, and then it never happened, and it's got tossed around. And Ridley Scott, that was a great fucking film.
Joaquin Phoenix is one of my favorite actors.
Straight up, I can say that now myself. Like, I think he's like. He's up at the top. Like,
and I see why Ridley Scott loves to work with him.
Yeah.
Just golden performances all around.
It's crazy because I remember Joaquin. I like seeing like actors like grow with their range over time. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Joker, but I thought that was his best performance ever, the Napoleon.
Really?
And I also remember thinking like, that's fucking Meryl from Science. Meryl, swing away.
It's like,
oh yeah,
I don't think of that. I don't think I could pick a favorite, because like I loved him as Emperor Commodus.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed.
That was good too. That was a good villain.
Yeah. Oh heck yeah.
You gotta watch Gladiator, bro.
I remember some of the villain parts. My favorite Joaquin Phoenix movie is what? My favorite Joaquin Phoenix movie is Walk Hard. Walk the line. Walk Hard is the Dewey Cox story. It's the parody one. But Walk the Line with him and Reese Witherspoon.
And you know what
I
liked about him, bro, is when he did that whole, like, he was ahead of his time with that whole prank he did on society.
Yeah.
Oh,
When he grew
I'm
his-
Still Here.
When he grew his beard.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm a
He
rapper
was
now.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I mentioned this before, but I love watching that because there's a video of him in some LA hip hop club and he's rapping to Keek the Sneak.
Yeah.
Super high.
Yeah.
Super hypey.
Yeah, people thought he was going crazy, but it was just come out for it was like a movie.
He's asking Diddy if he could record and could make an album with him. He's
Yeah.
like what?
He's like, nah, I'm serious about this stuff right now. And then it was a movie, and I think the movie wasn't it trash? Wasn't the movie trash because it was a documentary?
It was a documentary. I don't know if I can't say it's trash.
like a mockumentary,
because it's like a mockumentary. 'Cause
Oh, okay.
The reason they did that is because they were inspired by how people thought reality shows were real, and he was like, "Fuck it, let me get on that hype." And it was the idea of Ben Affleck's brother, Casey Affleck, and
Okay.
and then Joaquin's just like, "Fuck it, I'll do it."
Yeah.
And that alone, like, I was sold, man. Like, I was like, that's because I first actually saw him on 8mm. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
It's like a movie about snuff.
I didn't see it.
Snuff films. It's what's his name?
Who directed?
Gone in 60 Seconds. The guy from Gone in. Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
He's the main actor, and he's like his little side whatever.
Did you guys ever see? I forget what it's called, but it was Joaquin Phoenix. This is a lot of Joaquin Phoenix love right here.
He's a man.
Yeah. The one where it was him and he was talking to like a robot or something. Not a robot, but like a AI. Her with Scarlett Johansson's
never
voice.
saw
That movie was so good.
That's a movie you need to like
Never
see.
saw that.
Her is a masterpiece.
It's amazing, dude. It's like super
It's
good.
like creepy, no?
No, it's not
No,
creepy.
it's heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking.
What it is.
Because you watch it and you can like literally understand it. It's like someone falling in love with like an AI or like a voice of some kind, and then you really started growing like a connection because you're talking all the time. You're building up this rapport with something, and then she's trying to figure out herself as you are too, because he's kind of awkward. So it makes a lot of sense for a character like that to be.
Danny Boyle is
Yeah.
the name
Danny
of the director
Boyle.
of that one.
Yeah.
And it was
Danny Boyle's got great movies.
Oh, yeah.
You seen Slumdog Millionaire?
oh
No,
yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Let's see.
Tearjerker.
Scarlett Johansson played the role of the AI, by the way.
Yeah.
Her.
So her voice is like very, very like sexy and like very like understanding of like how
She sounds like a real like they wrote it to where the AI was so smart that it
Yep.
came off like it was a real person.
exactly. It was super good.
So you can understand why he would fall in love. Like he wasn't just some desperate schlup. He was like, wait a minute, this is like talking to somebody.
It was kind of like imagine like
It's
if
kinda like-
AI catfishing you. Like that's how like the always the intimate like phone calls and things like that, waking up in the morning talking and things like that. So that's what it kind of taps into.
Yeah, he wrote greeting cards for a living, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's one of those Hallmark guys, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much. But he had like aspirations to do like real poetry, you know. But he just kind of fell into the greeting card.
That's like what, 5 years ago?
longer than that. Like 10 years ago.
He's got a lot of good shit on his resume, man. Like one guy I haven't really seen anything good come out for a while and he was my favorite for a long time, is Christian Bale. He had like good ass movies coming out for a long time, but I haven't really seen anything I liked.
You didn't see Ford versus Ferrari?
Oh no, I haven't.
I've seen it.
Oh,
that
was
good?
It's good.
yeah.
It's good. Yeah.
Is he really good?
Yeah, it's really good.
That
yeah.
was like what, 3 years ago?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Because I remember it came out and it dropped like during the pandemic, and I was like, should I rent this? Because you know, like renting like or buying was like renting was $20, but like buying was 25. And I was like, oh, I want to watch this. I want to watch this. And then I remember I waited a few days and I was able to rent it for like I think $6.99 or some shit like that. So yeah, it was super good.
Yeah, no, I watched also while I was sick, I watched The Offer. You heard of that? It's based on the way The Godfather was made.
That's like a documentary.
It's on Paramount. No, it's on
it's a
Paramount.
film.
It's a series.
Oh yeah, I heard about it. I didn't know that dropped.
It's like I mean it's hella inaccurate, of course, but
Yeah.
you got some of the true things in there. Like there's a scene where Sinatra is like yelling at one of the mob bosses, like no way, no, because you know how they portray him.
Yeah.
It's like one of the things that but it's like it's good. Like the first,
Like I could see him yelling at like an underling.
yeah, the first few episodes were good. It just I kind of like I don't know. Like sometimes I hate you watch something and then just.
The quality dips midway.
It had a good premise.
Yeah.
It probably should have been a movie.
Yeah.
Because it just like fell off. And I feel like that's what I hate about now they rather make a series than a show or a movie. I'm sorry, than a movie because they're gonna stretch it out, but that stretching it out shit kills it.
Sometimes concepts work better as miniseries, and sometimes concepts work better as film.
Mindhunters works as a series. Have you seen Mindhunters?
I've seen like it takes place in the 1950s, yeah.
I believe 60s, 70s.
60s and 70s.
Yeah. Have you seen?
I've seen.
You're aware of what it is?
Yeah. They're like FBI agents profiling serial killers. They have a serial killer they talk to, right? To kind of get
a bunch of them.
Yeah. But there's like a specific one that's in jail that they're in.
They use
get in his head. Yeah.
They use them to see what it's interesting. It's one of the best shows, man. And
it's kind of like Silence of the Lambs, the series, but set further back.
Yeah, but it's set in real life with real actual. The guy in that series is the guy that plays the dad in Iron Claw.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys see that one?
I loved Iron Claw.
I was the one telling you to go see Iron Claw.
I never got to see it in theaters, but how was it?
Dude, Zac Efron. I didn't realize that he was that level of actor. I tend to.
You still thought of the High School Musical?
I tend to look at the Disney. Look, whenever a Disney or a Nickelodeon person comes out and does like more substantial film work in the show range, I'm very impressed. Because they've been put in a position to where they kind of don't have to most of their career, right? It's like you sing, you dance, but how deep do you have to go? Well, you're 13 on the Disney Channel. How deep do you need to go?
I watched the first 20 minutes of Iron Claw and then turned it off.
Really?
Sounds like you.
No,
because it's a drama. I get it.
No. You let me finish.
Sorry.
I snuck in to watch it at the movie theater. And then when I walked in, I was like, well, it's going to be a few people in here, so I'm going to be able to watch this whole thing. And then I was the only one in there because, how they have like a limited release because it's like, an award, Academy Award, like winning movie.
What theater did you go to?
Hilltop.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
So
I didn't know they'd play an A24 movie.
So that's why it was like they had like 4 or 5 showings. So I snuck into one of the showings, and then I'm like, okay, so it's going to be more people coming in here. And they started it, and then they turned it off because they sold no tickets to it. So it's getting good. Like it's the part where he meets his eventual wife and stuff like that. And he's like, well, there's more than just wrestling. And I was like, oh, this is the part where she going to like divide him and the family up and shit like that. And then all of a sudden the screen goes white, and then they just turn the lights on, and I was like, what the fuck? But I'm hearing the sound, but I can't see it, and I'm just like, no, I want to watch this. I was like, do I go outside and tell them like, hey, can you are you guys still showing that movie? Because I wanted to finish it
for real,
but I didn't want to let them know that I stuck in, so I just like walked out, and I was just like, fuck. And then I think the next 2 weeks I was busy with shows, and then it wasn't playing there no more. So they just kept getting further and further out. By the time I was available to try to go see it, I think they were showing it in like Daly City, and I was just like, nah.
Did anyone see the new Bob Marley movie?
Not yet.
I saw Madam Web over Bob Marley, and I was like, I should have fucking seen Bob Marley.
I heard it's good, real good. Also, are you into Dune? Was that a thing?
Oh yeah, that's a sci-fi classic,
That's
man.
a big deal right now. They're saying
I want to see
Dune
it.
Part 2. Yeah, I want to see Villeneuve's follow-up to Part 1.
I didn't know it was that stacked with fucking firepower actors, bro. I'll be honest, man. Batista is great.
Oh no. He's awesome.
I saw that he's in it, and I like everyone's saying he's a better actor than The Rock.
Yeah.
Have you seen,
by leagues.
Yeah.
By leagues. He's doing actual range acting.
No, he's doing a lot of stuff.
Rock is just having fun. He's got a lot of charisma, but Batista actually is.
The Rock is finally acting right now as The Rock, as a shield. He's finally acting now, right? Wouldn't you say, Phil?
Yeah, because he's
that's been entertaining as fuck to
Rock
watch.
again, finally.
Is your mic not connected?
No, it is. Like, I'm gonna let everybody know right now. The editing for this episode is gonna be trash because y'all are sitting in different spots, and normally it's muscle memory. So I know when JD talks, that's camera 2.
Yeah.
When Joaquin talks, it's camera 3. So I keep cutting to the wrong people because y'all are sitting in the wrong spot.
I gotta
I'm
keep you on your
sorry,
toes,
the
Phil.
editing is trash. JD decided to switch things up.
I gotta keep you on your toes, Phil. No, but have you been watching The Rock? You guys usually talk wrestling. I feel like I've been watching more wrestling than both of you. Just because The Rock is back in wrestling, and he's not just doing little one-time visit bullshit where he burns his name in fire. He's actually like in the story right now, and it's like exciting.
One of my students, actually, I have a couple of my students are hardcore fans, and it was like near the end of the class period. We had maybe 5 minutes left, and the kid was like, "Can I play like this promo on the Promethean board?"
Yeah.
This giant big old screen. Sure, yeah, go ahead. You know, and it's like the promo where The Rock comes out with like Roman Reigns, and he's just pretty much like, "We're the greatest family ever.
Yeah.
Look at our giant, obnoxiously huge family tree. No other family in wrestling has ever been as awesome." And I'm like, Cody Rhodes is going to come out, isn't he? And then sure enough, Cody Rhodes comes out. And then like they get into it, and they have this amazing feud that's going on leading into WrestleMania. And I'm actually I'm about to download Peacock and watch me some WrestleMania for the first time.
Yeah,
in years.
I don't really watch. I don't really like. It's been a while. I fell off from the early, but to see the way it looks, kind of like Attitude Era type promos again, that's kind of cool, you know. Especially because it hasn't been like that in a long time.
Yeah.
Where they're making fun of drug addiction.
Hilarious.
And as far as comedy has gone, has there any comedy specials that are cracking right now?
Yeah, Donnell Rollins, A New Day on Netflix right now.
Don't be just because you open for him that you got.
Nah. Like, 'cause that's the fun thing about it too. Like, 'cause sometimes when I open for people always say like, "Oh, but you just saying that because you open for them." Like, nah. Like, you know, it's because I've done shows at Alameda Comedy Club, and I love Alameda Comedy Club. But you know, not every time you host or open for somebody, it's funny. Like Donnell Rollins has been funny like forever. And so like it was dope to see like where he's at now, his new special, funny as shit, like like discussing the problems with Corey Holcomb. That's not in his special, but then it was like because he's talking about getting old. Like one of his jokes is like getting old. He's like, when you old, you could be standing straight up, and then all of a sudden you hear, "Fuck!" And he's like, because you pull, so he was like, "What was you doing?" "I was standing up." And he started leaning on the thing. He was like, "Get up." He's like, "Let me try to get up." "No, it's broke. It's broke."
Oh no.
Because that's happened to me. Like, and I'm only 30. And he's talking about like, because I remember one time I was walking down the street and I pulled my hamstring. I actually pulled my glute, and that shit affected me for like a while. And it was like, "What was you doing?" I said, "I just walked home from church." I was walking home from like El Cerrito bar station, and then I was like, "Oh shit!" Like I stepped wrong.
We're at the age where you have to stretch before you.
Exactly.
Man.
You gotta stretch before anything.
You know.
You gotta stretch before bed. So like
That's what I was
Yeah.
saying. You gotta stretch before you lay down.
My cousin Joe Albert, not Alvin, literally tore his Achilles. He popped his Achilles because he didn't stretch before he started playing basketball with some coworkers. He got out there, he was like, "Nah, I'm good." And I remember he never used to stretch like that. He'd be like, "All right, I'll do this little here, I'll do this little here." And he got out there, Achilles popped. And then it's funny now because like I saw him walking for the first time like without a boot, and then he was like walking funny, and I was like, "Your Achilles hurt, huh?" He was like, "Man, cuz this thing burning." He's like, I'm good now because I can wear a shoe." He's like, "But cuz this thing hurt." He's like, "Getting old, it sucks." I was like, "No, you never stretched." That's why he was like, "Well, shit, I'm stretching now." But then he was like,
20 years too late.
You know what's funny is like after New Year's Eve, I did my whole fat person resolutions week at the gym. I started trying to go back. You know, I went to the gym. I fell off a little bit, but I'm starting up again this week.
That's good.
With that being said, the first week I think it was 3 weeks straight that I went consistently.
That's what's up.
And I took someone I work with me, and we both kind of bonded because we've had lower back issues because of work, you know. Yeah. And there's that lower back machine at Planet Fitness where you go back like this and it works out your lower back.
Yeah.
I did that for the first time. I have weak core. That's why I got hurt before, right?
Yeah.
I did that machine at like, I don't know, 180 or whatever, and I did like hella reps till I couldn't no more. And I got up. I felt like I was getting stung by bees in my lower back, like all over.
Yeah.
And I walked like this, like I had like a wedgie, you know?
Yeah.
I learned my lesson that day, so then the next day I was like, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
And then my coworker did like 200.
Yeah.
He has the same problems. He's older, and he's doing like, I'm like, "Hey man, you should take it easy."
Yeah.
I didn't see him again at the gym after that.
And honestly, sometimes that's the problem too. Like, let's say
that's what you need to work out the most.
That's what you need to work out the most. Like, let's say, because most people quit after a day of being super sore, right?
And that's what happened to me.
And that's literally what is, your body's not used to working out. So if you're working out and your body gets sore, that means that what you did was working. Now, if you didn't pull something, that's the most important thing. But if you go for like a few days or a few weeks, or you keep doing that exercise, your body will get used to the weight that you're doing it at. So that's actually kind of a good thing. Or maybe like how you said, do it lower. So then like now,
because I did it lower and it built up like it didn't hurt.
Your lower back is not as inflamed, and then not only that, if like your lower back is connected to, your lower back is connected to your quads. Like I know I have a lot of my quads are super weak. One from knee injuries, but then it's like they're tight because
and sitting and traveling.
And then also my lower back. So like sometimes it's connected to them, but then also your core as well. So sometimes like if your lower back hurts, like open up, do some leg workouts of where you open up your hips, because sometimes your outer part of your back is probably your hips being too tight. Like that happened for me. Like if I'm doing like open my legs and go out like this for both of it now, just the middle of my lower back hurts and not my entire lower back. And then or stretch your quads out. And it's like all little things, little tricks of the trade to help you out.
Yeah, so I got to get back on that because I'm feeling the fucking like, especially now that I'm sitting a lot, I'm getting fatter.
Yeah.
And you know, I look at the camera and look at my cheeks, like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I be taking a lot of selfies with people, shit like that. I'm like, fuck, my face looks big. Yeah, my face looks big.
That's why I notice when I watch every new episode, I'm like, oh, look at that fat fuck.
Yeah, I stopped smiling in photos.
You look thinner, I know. I look thinner.
I look thinner when I don't smile, dude. Like I don't. When I'm like, I'm just like this in pictures, like. And I look slimmer because I smile. I'm like, and because I remember you said it. I think it was the first time I did this podcast. It was like, hey, when you smile, do your eyes go away? I was like, what the fuck? But it's hella true though. Like when you bigger, that's what happens.
Oh my god.
And then I started noticing, like I still haven't did my fat guy first week back in the gym. I need to do it. Like I've been trying to tell myself that.
I got the Planet Fitness. I'm gonna start going every
Well, I got City Sports, so I'm just like dumping $40 a week for nothing. So I'm gonna try to go just because I need to have a routine, because I be looking and like sometimes I'm looking down, like my stomach is bigger than what it was, because you do a lot more shows. You some places you go, you get like free food, unlimited drinks. So then
late nights.
So it'll be like I'm putting on weight because of this, and I'm like, okay, well now I need to start working out, and I try to set a goal. Like I told myself a goal. I was like, I'm gonna try to lose 80 pounds by like December, like something like just huge. Because
January.
Well, I usually can lose 40 within like 4 months. So what is
just water weight?
Yeah, because like I can, and then I'm trying to push myself to keep doing it again. Like 4 to 5 months, I can lose 40 pounds. So then like, okay, well if I give myself the rest of the year, can I do 80? And I'm like, probably can't. But then let's try to push to 60. Because if I can push to 60, that means I've overcome the 40 pound limit that I normally always hit. So then if I get close to 60, I can keep pushing it to 80. And so I give myself December just because a bunch of time. So yeah.
And a huge part of that you mentioned was drinks. The food may not necessarily get you, depending on what the food is.
No,
but those drinks are like high in sugar, right?
Too,
like the alcohol. Even if you don't get a cocktail, there's still hella alcohol and sugar. You know? I mean, sugar and alcohol. So that's crazy.
I'm gonna make a recommendation for you both of something I binged on while I was sick. There's sometimes when you're sick, it's good entertainment-wise. You get to watch some interesting stuff. I don't know. I watched this YouTube channel. It's Peter Santinello, this dude. He goes into like these neighborhoods of maybe it's like one episode that was really great. It was on East LA, and of course they do the whole cholo thing, but he also kind of dives deep on what's wrong with the area, not just the shit you hear about. He did like hella Indian reservations like in the country.
Okay.
And he got taken into deep parts of the reservations that no white people go to.
Is there a double L in that last name, Santinella? Is it?
Yeah, it's like Italian.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like the coolest for me because I like journalism. So it's like the coolest. And he did one in Compton. He did one in like the somewhere I forgot what the city in the South, like Louisiana. And he just kind of goes and it kind of reminds me of Anthony Bourdain. I used to love watching Anthony Bourdain, and it's kind of that feel, but it's just the people, what the area's like, you know, and it's like I literally probably watched all his videos on his show, and it's like some of the most entertaining, because I like hearing stories, especially when it's like people in a specific community and how corrupt like certain native reservations are with like the money, you know, why they don't have water.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because that's here in America. It's not like
somewhere else.
And like the Flint thing, like he goes all over, and like it's like true journalism by the people, not anyone else.
No.
Like with the East LA thing, he talked about the problem was the fucking fentanyl problem, and how, you know, the dude's like, you know, a lot of homeless people have jobs. You know, they work construction. It's not that they're just
right. They're not just lazy.
Right. Like that was one of the things the dude said, and like fentanyl, like, and it's like it's not because of the gang thing. It's not a gang thing. Even if there wasn't gangs, for some reason, all of us here are addicted to fentanyl, and it's interesting to like hear their takes. And same with the Native American tribe thing, where like they talk about what's fucking up there, you know, like the alcohol problem is out of control. Why is there no food? Why these food deserts exist? Stuff like that.
I thought you was gonna say that he goes into all these different places and find out what's the problem with it. I thought you, because we was talking about the gym, is that people are fat and overweight.
One of those things was about like the kind of food there's access to certain communities. Okay. Like it is a thing where like it's a food desert in a lot of these places.
Liquor stores.
There's a shitload of liquor stores
and fast
salty food. And then I got deep into like, I don't know, I binged on like pre-colonial diets and how they were compared to like, you know, and it's like, oh shit. Like I learned a lot just fucking on my phone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know, I'll show you guys some of that.
Please, send that.
It's interesting.
In the group chat, man.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah. We're getting close to the end, fellas.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
It's been great having the core group back.
It's been too long.
It's been too long.
The core group is back. That's what this episode is back. It's called
The Return.
The Return of the Core.
You guys are gonna miss Marcos for the next session, but Marcos is still. He'll always be a part.
Of course. I mean,
I miss
not for the
Gaspar
good
more.
stuff.
I miss Gaspar more.
he didn't quit. So
he did quit. I'm just kidding. Yeah. He quit us like he quit alcohol, bro. Yeah. It's okay. We still love him. Anything you got? First of all, this guy's been on an amazing run, and we need to like give him his flowers before he dies.
Absolutely.
Hey. Appreciate it.
Who do you want to open for next? Because you visualize it right now.
It'd be great to open for Eddie Griffin again and go on tour with him, or open for Donnell Rollins again. Open for Donnell, go on tour with him, and then meet Dave. It'd be dope. A few different people, because I've been thinking like this. You know how most people have crews already?
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking like it'd be dope to open for Ralph Barbosa. It'd be dope to open for D.L. Hughley. It would be dope if, because Ali Sadiq is coming to the Bay Area. He's doing San Jose, and that's one of my favorite comedians right now, besides Donnell Rollins, like
really
of the newer guys. Because I always try to choose like who's some new guys who you know who haven't been in like, or who's like hot now, like Lil Rel, Donnell Rollins. I mean, Lil Rel, Donnell Rollins, I guess now, Ali Sadiq, and who's the Roy Wood Jr. I would love to open for
Tony Baker.
That's
one. Yeah.
Well, because I haven't seen Tony Baker, and I know Lance Woods is always his guy.
Woods, yeah.
But I know Ali Sadiq. I met him, and then he's coming back to San Jose, and I would love to open for him when he comes back.
I'd like to open for Chris Riggins if that's ever possible.
I mean, that's true. That too, man. Chris Riggins is blowing up, man. Shoot, shout out to Chris Riggins. He's on Netflix as a joke festival. Yeah. That's dope as hell for him. Like I always say, like I'm trying to follow the blueprint of Chris Riggins. Yeah. Like he was up here. He did San Jose Improv. Got up at Hollywood Improv. He's now working at the Comedy Store. He's in Netflix as a joke special.
On tour with Dave.
He's on tour with Dave all the time. He just had a weekend at the Alameda Comedy Club. Like, yeah, I love the route he's going. I love to follow that stuff. You know, it's
that's actually something I was going to ask you both about.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw this. I just saw this on my feed the other day. Who knows if it's new or not? Because because fucking algorithms.
Yeah.
But like Dave Chappelle like walked off the stage and canceled a show early because there was somebody in the crowd with their phone recording it.
Yeah, that's a few months old at this point.
But what tripped me out was like one of the top comments was just like, yeah, because he don't want people to know he's ripping them off by doing the same jokes every single night. And then all the replies are just like, wait, do you actually think comics are doing new jokes every single night?
Yeah. Oh, you want to go from there? Oh, so I mean, like literally, okay, we could talk about that because comics don't do the same. The comics do the same jokes every night, but if they're working for a special, right? So let's say Dave Chappelle just dropped a special that dropped, I think, December 31st. So coming in New Year, so he dropped a special then. So yeah, he might be doing the same jokes from, let's say, January 1st up until December, like to the next January 1st, but he's been working on all this new material. So yeah, we do the same jokes over and over until you record like a new special. Like that's how it goes. Because you're starting with, all right, here's my new hour, I think. Now I'm trying to work this out. I'm trying to punch it up. I'm trying to do it real well because I know by the time the fall comes, I'm going to record and shoot this special. And probably by the time from now till the time I record my special, I'm also writing and thinking of new stuff. So by the time that new special comes out, I got this new hour that is kind of in my head that I kind of got to fill out and stuff. So yeah, you might hear the same jokes. It's a common thing because we're working on stuff. But it's like, I'm not going to bring you, if you see me 3 times over the course of 3 years, you won't hear the same jokes.
And time out. Also, on that same note, there's going to be people in the audience that haven't heard that same joke.
Exactly, yeah.
So you got to just throw shit out there that's gonna hit, and that's the thing that people don't realize. Like, just because you've seen him doesn't mean this fucking guy hasn't seen that joke. So
it didn't like with Donnell. Like Donnell didn't even do the joke. He just shout out, "I'm rich, bitch," because people love that from the Chappelle show. And then like that's some of his merch. It's like "I'm rich, bitch" shirts and stuff like that. He has like 4 different designs which are all dope. He says that, but it's not even like a joke. He doesn't even say like, "Oh, I did this from the Chappelle show." He just yells it out, and he builds it up to like in his special, like he was like, I'm doing this all kind of stuff, and he's like, I came out dressed, because I'm rich, bitch, like, cause like I'm rich now. Like,
that's him saying
I'm doing
that thing too.
Yeah, I'm doing a Netflix special now. Like I ain't ashy no more. That was kind of like the thing. Like I'm rich, bitch, like now, because when you ashy, you poor.
He's not second banana to Chappelle.
Yeah, so
he's like his own man now.
Yeah, and Dave also. So let's say same material, right? Dave made Donnell shoot that special 3 times. He said every time he shot it, he killed it. But Dave always said, "No, I want this special to be special." And I remember it was so funny to see him that weekend when I hosted for him, because I'm hanging out with him afterwards. Everybody like the staff who know and love me, they was like, "Hey, what you about to do out this? You about to some cute chicks? I'm about to go meet up with them. What you about to do?" I was like, "I'm about to go hang out with Donnell and the crew. Like I'm about to network. I'm about to hang around a dude who I look up to." And then he had this calm peace to him. Like he was like smoking outside. He just like he's like, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. He's like, this special. It's special. Like, how most people put out a special and it's not that good. Mm-hmm. He's like, this special is great. I can't wait for people to see it. And how somebody has a calmness of what like they don't even know. That I'm about to go up there and like what this about to drop is about to be dope as hell. And I remember seeing him like after the show, he just be like, after the show, he's like, "This special about to be, it's good, y'all, it's good." And then I saw it, I was like, this motherfucker wasn't lying. It was good.
He's not just shooting. He's not just blowing his own horn.
Yeah, like how some artists be like, "Oh yeah, this is like probably like my best album." I got all of them and stuff like that. Because this probably is like the first special that people have seen from him, but really this is his 3rd special. Like he had an old one in like 2016 called From Ashy to Classy. Then he had another one I think come out like 2019 that I think it was mostly audio. I don't think it was like a stand-up special that you can like watch. So I remember he came out to the song "I Ain't Worried About Nothing" by French Montana. And then, so this is like the 3rd special, but for some people, this is the first special that they see of his.
Yeah, because wasn't really, he's gotten fame now. Yeah. That's on another level.
Yeah, so it's dope as hell,
Anything you want to plug for early April?
I don't think so. I might be doing a show in like Chico or something like that, or I might be doing
you might be doing a Hennessy or Chata show in in May for sure.
Okay. Well,
We'll talk later.
Okay. I know specifically if April, I'll probably be spring break. Shout out to teaching spring break. I'll probably be trying to go down to the LA, the Hollywood Improv, because it's the one time where I can go on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday run. I might even try to get up at the Comedy Store too. So if you might see me, check my social media. If you see me, and like I was at the potluck on a Monday, I was at the Hollywood Improv on a Tuesday, hopefully Wednesday, and then hosted for somebody that Friday too. I told you that. I told you I was going to do it, and then probably might be doing some shows in SLO, Santa Maria area, because I know people up there too. So yeah.
What about you, Joaquin? Any updates on when we can hear more about this film, or do you have an expected, hopefully, release?
So we don't have an expected release, since we will have auditions though coming up next month.
Okay.
So, and I will keep you updated on when that is.
And I think our Voice Party film, I'm gonna give us a deadline to release it before the end of May.
Okay, I keep pushing you to finish it, and you keep telling me you will, and then it never happens. So
there's a lot that we need to work on before
let's do it. We got a good thing
we
here.
Gotta just do
Let's
it now
finish
at this
it.
point. At this point, we gotta just do it. End of May, we have to release it. Regardless of how it is, we're just gonna have to put it out.
We can make it great. We just have to put in the effort.
Put it in the effort. That's the theme of today's episode. That's been the Voice Party, everyone. Thanks for listening.
And we're out.
And we're out.